Alright guys, so welcome to day 105. It is Friday, and today feels a bit like a catch-all when it comes to all the things that I'm doing. It is, again, another late start. I did not sleep well last night. Tried to sleep in a little bit. That did not help, so that only sent me further behind. I should have just gotten up when I was supposed to and just dealt with it, because I was the same amount of tired then as I was when I got up later. So anyway, today I have got a bunch of little things to take care of in order to catch up with this week. I also have a meeting with one of my clients. This is a woman who partners with Drew, and so we're going to have a conversation about social media and stuff like that. So that's on my to-do list, and then I need to get some blogs out the door. I'm going to review that one for Screenlight one last time, make sure that everything still works, hopefully write one for myself, get some more stuff done for Facebook. That is, when did I get up? Okay, Dana, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Okay, so tasks off my list. I sent off my blog post for Screenlight. Yay, that's off my to-do list. I drafted another one for Renegade. Yay, that's off of my to-do list. Thankfully, that was kind of an easy thing to put together, so I'm not super worried about that. And I just got done with my meeting for my client. So yeah, that was cool. And Radar is snorting because apparently I'm talking to somebody and he feels like now's the time to wake up and tell me he needs to go outside. Is that what you're trying to tell me? That it's time to go outside? Good morning, everybody. Wait, morning? Weren't we on Friday? We were on Friday. Today is Saturday. And the reason why it's Saturday and I'm recording this is because I had a little tiny goof up. So I mentioned on Monday my video. Why? Well, because I forgot to finish recording yesterday. Two things happened. Number one, let me see if I can keep the sun behind me. Number one, I finished out my work day but really wasn't paying attention to like what I was doing. I was really tired again yesterday. I'm really tired this morning in case it's not obvious. So I didn't necessarily record everything throughout the end of the day. But the other thing that I forgot is that on Fridays are also the day where I'm supposed to be recording my review, like saying how well did my week go, how well did I do everything, what can I do better next week. And I totally forgot about that. Like my brain was remembering the fact that that video is going out on Saturdays. Easy peasy going out on Saturdays, it's great. But I forgot that I have to record that on Friday so that it can go out on a Saturday. Duh! So I'm going to get home and I'm going to go take a look at my week, go review it for you guys and show you what things look like, let you know how the week finished out, and then I got to get on to my weekend. Alright, I'm back inside. I am doing this over breakfast. So here's a look at my week. You can see from all of the colored in boxes, that's what I got done, and all the things that are struck through, all the things that I did not get done. This is also reflected when you look at, say, my 12-week year. Anything that actually got done on a particular day is marked with an X, and then anything that did not get done on a day is marked with a strike through. Not that it's really striking through anything, but, so, in terms of my whole week, you can see I've got a fair amount of stuff done. The holes are reviewing my documents from Sandra regarding my audiobook, getting Renegade social media stuff together, and doing the finances for Renegade, as well as for my house as well. And then I'm still trying to make up whether or not I'm going to go to NAB, that is the National Association of Broadcasters Conference. It is in April, so that's still something on to do. But the things that I did not get to were social media and financial books and reviewing some documents. Something that I like to do in my book every week is that I make little notes on the side as to like what happened on each day, especially if something was particularly crazy. Like, for example, on Tuesday I finally got my article for Screenlight drafted, and it took me like that long. Usually it's done pretty quick. So little notes, those help me know what happened on a given week. But in terms of like what actually happened here, in looking at my 12-week year and where I'm at with this, this up here counts on some level because this is, you know, a goal of being healthy and rested, but it isn't pertaining to work, which is the one that I really wanted to cover. And I've made some really good progress this week, especially in comparison to the last 2 weeks. I've been able to email leads pretty much every single day. I was able to get a newsletter out the door. I got a blog post written. I got another blog post written. So the major gap here is working on Facebook posts and Twitter prep. I did a lot of that work. If you remember, I did a lot of that work on Wednesday. I did a lot there, and I've also done, I didn't do a bunch of it at any other point, but it took I probably worked on that about 5 hours on Wednesday, and that's a lot of work just doing the preparation, doing the evaluation, and then writing new content, and admittedly this is still not done. In terms of why that didn't fit in my week, honestly I think it's just a matter of bad time management and bad planning, not really pushing for it. And the other thing also, my work week has been a little funny in terms of my normal waking schedule. You can see on my 12-week year here, I'm trying to get up at 6 o'clock. Well, that only happened once on Wednesday. Everything else was definitely later. And as a result, that means that my whole day got pushed back later. And if your day gets pushed back later, well, then you're struggling to keep up. It's kind of, I forget, Benjamin Franklin has a statement about that, about how he who gets up late has to run all day to catch up or something like that. And that's really true, I find, for me. So here's the thing about having... So when you have holes, like I do, holes of things that you didn't get to, holes of things that just didn't work out, things that you weren't able to complete, or that didn't go the way that you wanted to. This is the part where remembering productive tension comes in. I find it funny that this whole week has kind of been wrapped around that theme. It's been nice, that's for certain. But the idea is that, remember, you're not a slave to your 12-week year. Your 12-week year is a tool. The second that completing the tool becomes more important than you living is the moment that you start having a problem. The 12-week year is meant to give you a framework in which to approach your day so that you're going to get the things done that are the most important to moving yourself forward for your goals. Now, sometimes that doesn't mean that you get to everything. Sometimes you end up with a bad cold and you got to stop and you got to rest, or you got to stop and take care of somebody else who has a really bad cold. That's okay. The point is to keep moving, and the point is to have a feedback system that lets you know just how well are you doing on those days when you are able to get work done. So for me, I'm really happy with where I'm at. It's a lot better than where I've been at for the past couple weeks. And again, those weeks were low because of travel. And that's great. But I want to make sure that I'm doing all that I can to work hard towards my goals. I'm a really big believer that if you want something, you're the one that's got to go after it. If you want to do something, you're the one that has to go do it. If you're the one who is complaining about your life being in a way that you don't want it to be, then you're the only one that can do something to fix it. Nobody else can. And so for me, my 12-week year is a scoring method and a feedback method that lets me see, am I actually putting my money where my mouth is? Am I actually doing the effort and putting in the work to get to where I want to say that I want to go? And today I feel like, yeah, I did some really good work last week. We'll, of course, see the score for that on Tuesday. I'll be scoring it on Monday, but you'll all see it on Tuesday. And yeah, we will keep going. And here's the thing, some of the reasons why this week had a lot of stuff stacked up into it is that I moved a lot of tasks that were held over from weeks 5 and 6 into week 7 in an effort to catch up. Sometimes the reality is that you can't catch up. Catching up is not possible. Unless you are working 24 hours a day, and that's not healthy. But the point is that sometimes catching up just can't happen, and that's okay. You need to give yourself the permission to say, you know what, I've fallen behind, and it's all right to fall behind. It's not falling behind as in a race, in the same way, an Olympic skier, for example, falls behind in a race and they don't make a medal. That's fine. The thing, when you're an athlete, that's a challenge because, you want to be able to make sure that you finish as well as you can. But if you're somebody who's on the bottom tier of that sport, not medaling might not be a problem, but maybe you just want to make your personal best. That's fine. And sometimes you have to view tactics that don't get done as a part of trying to make that personal best. It's a personal best every single week, and you're giving it your best shot. And the 12-week year is simply your method of saying, hey, this is how good you did. It's not a tool that you're then supposed to use to beat yourself up with. For example, I didn't get all of my Facebook prep and all of my Twitter prep done. Okay, big wow. Not a problem. Yes, is it not done on time? Absolutely. But is the whole world going to fall apart? No. And I still have a few more weeks until the end of February to get it finished, and I still will be working on this. Not getting it done means I don't have to give it up, but not getting it done doesn't mean that I also have to beat myself up for it and punish myself for not getting it done. Remember, it's a tool. It's not a slave. and it's not a taskmaster either. So you're not a slave to your 12-week year. It is not your taskmaster. It's simply a framework. And the second that you get devoted to your framework more than getting your life lived, then that's the part where you have a problem. So I've been rambling on about this, but that's kind of where I wanted to end. I need to close the video out and get this online for you guys. And you all will not see me until Tuesday, so I hope you all have a great weekend. Today I'm actually going to be helping a friend of mine move across town, getting her stuff unloaded. Robo is out skiing. And then Sunday, we're getting ready. I'm hoping to go skiing with Robo on Monday, which will be fun because I got to do my 12-week year stuff on Monday too. But it's President's Day, so that's going to move stuff around. But yeah, Robo's heading out of town, so it's one of those things where we got a bunch of stuff happening this weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Tuesday, and I hope that you all have a great weekend. If you want to talk to me over this weekend and put comments down about how you are struggling with productive tension, how you're learning to thrive in productive tension, go for it. I'd love to hear how you guys are working through this concept. I know when you start working with a 12-week year, it feels fantastic because you got a whole bunch of stuff done and it feels great, and then life starts to kick back in and you feel like you start petering out and it's really hard to feel like you still have momentum. That is productive tension, and it's an okay place to be. Give yourself permission to get in the swing of things, and especially if you're in the beginning of your first 12-week year, remember, it's new. You're learning how the whole process works. If you have a really crummy score for that entire first year, it doesn't matter because it's new. Give yourself the permission to learn and give yourself the permission to keep going even if you didn't get the score that you wanted. So I will see you all on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.